One consciousness needs you. Voices. Voices. Yes, I used to hear a voice in my head. Quietly at first, definitive though. Usually directing to the point, answers and instructions. Like yes, no, nothing, consider this, try that. Kind of like a magic 8-ball, if you will. But it was the voice, I knew it. I've been at this a long time. I know the voice. And I demanded to hear it. But now? No, you see, I don't need the voice. I don't need anything. You see, the voice is a communication interpreter or medium, a translator. But you also need to understand that because I forgave, I no longer need an interpreter. I communicate perfectly with everything, with anything. I am the voice. That is what they, Judeo-Christian, and go ahead and throw Islam in there too and call them the Abrahamic religions. They're all talking about when they say second coming, reborn, born again, about all the attributes of prophets and so on. The same as walking the path, being the path. It being the path, known as Tao. Are you Buddha? Are you Christ? Are you Muhammad? Arjuna? Call it whatever you'd like. We all know what you're talking about. Anyway, being the voice. See, if you're not, you need an interpreter. I said I forgave. I am this thing that we're talking about. Anyone can and will do it. You just have to will it. Available anytime, just saying. When you're ready, try this exercise. Sit across from someone, anyone. Apply it to different people, really different people. Sit across from them and silently look them in the eyes. Keep looking till you see them, till you see it. However long it takes. It doesn't matter if they acknowledge when you see them because they will. You'll just know. You have to decide, not them. It's the only way it works. Then when you see them, you look them in the eyes and you say, I forgive you. Did you mean it? I did. Only I can actually do it for real, permanently. Anyone who can do it does everything this way, permanently and for all time, without reservation, without the option to change your mind, because you've decided to rescind that option. You can do anything you want. Can you do that? Let me tell you how I got there. And I'm doing that right now. I practiced. That's the only way. It takes a long time, but real quick, consider what is time as a caterpillar to a butterfly. Anyway, over and over again. You see, I was trying to get it right. That's why we practice, to get better. There's always a better, but at some point you have to ask yourself, is there a best? That's the real question. I got there by doing it forever. I said that already. But I got there by doing it over and over and over again. You see, of course there's a best, and everyone knows it. Oh, come now, don't start with that define it bullshit. I don't have to. You do. It's just part of the deal. That's what we really mean when we say it's ineffable, or that it is that from which words recoil. It is the referent for which there are no signs or signifiers. There is only that which is signified, that which is known because it has been experienced, and can only be seen as a referent for that one thing. It, whatever it is. You catch it out of the corner of your eye. You turn to look, but it's gone. Just a glimpse you see. You cannot quite put your finger on it now. Yes, Pink Floyd did talk about this song did talk about this in the song Comfortably Numb. Did you think they were talking about some kind of drug-induced state? Did you think they were talking about detachment? No, we're talking about detachment. We're not talking about detachment at all. Us, I mean. We're really a we, you see. But you don't know that. You only suspect it. You think it's spiritual, and it is. It's that too. But it's also the physical. Technically, it's anything and it's no thing. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Talking about these seeming two things. So anyway, there's a best. And it takes a while to get there. Only infinite patience yields immediate results. That's one way. Good luck with that. But I'm here to help with it. What do you think the voice is comprised of, if not us? I can tell you about it all I want, but that's like a caterpillar being told what it's going to be like when it's a butterfly. What's it like to fly? Is what the caterpillar wants to know. A caterpillar can only dream. To a butterfly, it's no dream. Or is it? No limit, remember? So now we're getting to what I wanted to talk about. It's about the fact that I'm both, so I'm really neither. Like, I'm a caterpillar and a butterfly. Just like that. It's the fact that I'm neither, since I can be either. So I'm both. This is true of the physical and the spiritual. This is why enlightenment and mysticism are not the same. I always thought they were too. Where mysticism says there is direct union with, a connection, if you will, the ability to fly, enlightenment goes one step further. Enlightenment says you're neither, just so you know. So go ahead and be both if you want. You're not the physical and you're not the conscious. They both exist as aspects or possibilities of you, concepts. You are that which can do both or neither. You're not limited, you see. But because you are not limited, neither is what you see limited. You didn't know that part. That's the step that's missing. Everything you see is not limited, just like you. And because you are not limited, nothing else is. That's the way it works. It's alive and so are you. You wish to speculate now, to question, to stall. I understand. Yes, that's it, to stall. Spend some time on it. Perhaps you can make a bargain. The me that does not love the light is the me that I love. That's the Mephistopheles. You just did that. You just said that. With stalling. Yes, he did. Let me show you how. Are you familiar with Goethe? I believe that's how you pronounce his name. I've never heard it pronounced. So, there's this German play where a man sells his soul, makes a pact with the devil to experience perfection. Faust's devil is this thing called Mephistopheles. The devil's name translates to mean the me that does not love the light is the me that I love. You should take a closer look at this definition. It's rather peculiar. So, let me get this straight. There's a me that I love. Who's the me that's doing the loving? There's two of me. Who's the me that I love and who's the me that loves what I love? How do I know which me is me? Is it that? Is it what I love? Or is it that which loves? That's where we are. That's where I wanted us to get to. This is what's helpful. This is how you forgive. Forgive what? one that doesn't know is the one that isn't you. Now, go back to that forgiveness exercise we were talking about, looking anyone in the eyes and know. I can look anyone in the eyes and they will see that I know. I know what forgiveness is. I know what everything is, anything really, because of that. I found where I am. I found where I am. And when I found it, I found everything is acceptable. You think I'm crazy. I'm literally reading this. This is just whatever came to me in inspiration. So I don't know what this says. So, all right. How can you forgive everything, you wonder? I think you should wonder who the crazy one is. Well, by doing the hardest one first is how you decide. The most difficult thing there is, the most difficult thing to conceive of. Take responsibility, full responsibility of everything, and then take full responsibility for anything. It has to be anything, no exceptions, no bargains. You must know it to be perfect. Everything, anything. That's just not the only way you could do it. It really is the only way you can do it, not could. It can only be that. The best way, remember? That would be the best forgiveness. That would be the highest possible level, the limitless level, the anti-limit. Understand the word limitless now? Understand how there's a best now? It's quite the battle, and it can't be faked. You don't get what's coming until you do it and know it. You have to do it first. You're just not sure what it is. Would you like to? I started this conversation off with the question of, do I hear a voice in my head, remember? The answer is no. I don't need an interpreter anymore. I communicate directly with everything because it's one thing, whatever it is. Whatever seems to be going on, anything, limitless anything, remember? Whatever it is, whatever it seems to be, is it. Because everything I see is limitless, including me. We don't care what it is. We're not sure which one is us or not, this physical or spiritual, because it doesn't matter. And if it doesn't matter, then the only limitless certainty is that it doesn't need to. It doesn't need anything. Therefore, it's both or neither. Who cares? And here you thought it was negation from one thing or the other this whole time. Kind of pisses you off, eh? You were so sure. Then you come to find it doesn't care about that aspect, that argument, that objection. Who cares? No, really. Ego cares. It doesn't. It doesn't have a care in the world or out of the world. Who says so? What says so? Not it. Tag, you're it. Oh, you've still got to do it. You're the one who has to do it. That's what it does. That's what it does. You do the one thing that seems the hardest first, that's all. Here's the gate with no gate. It's right here whenever you're ready. You know, just so you know where it is, in case you're ever interested in it. So you've got that going for you, which is nice. There's no rush. It's a lot of fun doing what you're doing. Part of me is saying, do it as long as you can with a big smile on my face. How sweet it is. It's edging. I have no problem with it. How close can you get to it without touching? That's what we're doing. I'm still doing it. That game continues and it's gonna blow your mind. You don't think this is intense? I'm on fire and in a I'm on fire and in cool, calm waters all at once. Everything is communicating with me at once. Everything is at once. Everything knows it's here. Everything knows everything. It's kind of like your friends, you know? Your friends, the ones you know, those ones. Everything is an old friend that knows what you're thinking. We have the best time. We can do now forever. The part that you don't know is that we are. I hear only one voice.